Dee Smith, thank you so much for joining me today. You are the CEO of Linx, which is a strategic marketing technologies company, and I want to get to that. But there's something in your LinkedIn profile that I love. You describe yourself as someone who's driven by passion and purpose to help change the world in a positive way. Tell me where that comes from and how that moves you forward.
Yeah, most of my decisions that I try to make are based on purpose and passion because it's just very important to me in my life to make sure whatever I'm doing gives back in some way, shape, or form
Mm.
to somebody, to the world, make somebody feel something about whatever it is that I'm personally doing or the company's doing. So it's very important to look at whatever is happening around you to say, wow, this is making an impact, this has purpose, somebody is getting affected in a positive way. So really how I try to make decisions.
I love that. I love that. What a word. Where does that come from? Your upbringing, where's that originate for you?
Feel like I really grew up in a lot of these type of network groups, and a lot of things that are done by a lot of people is driven by passion, and there's a
Mm.
reason behind certain things that people do. A lot of business owners, as you know, they are where they are because they live and breathe what they do. And I think that's really important to love what you do because what's the saying? You never work a day in your life if you love what you do. So
Yeah,
that alone
yeah.
where the passion starts from.
That's wonderful. Thanks for sharing that and for bringing that perspective. It's one that really resonates with me. So let's turn to Linx. Tell me about your business, its history, how you became the leader, what Linx does, and then we'll dig in a little bit on your target market and some more specifically business questions. So tell us about
Yeah.
Linx.
So Linx is actually a third generation strategic marketing company. It was started by my grandfather in the 60s, and it was actually a print advertising company in newspapers and grocery stores. And then my father took it to the commercial age and digital age and changed the name to Linx in 96. And I recently have purchased it from him and continued the family opportunity here.
Very cool. Very cool. A little different. Some of the tactics are probably different than they were in the 60s, but the same basic purpose. So
Yeah.
tell us about your target market.
So our target market's really mid-sized businesses, both consumer and businesses.
And
Anyone
how do
really
you
who's
define,
trying.
if you could just
Oh, go ahead.
define that, what's a mid-sized company for you?
Yeah, 100 million or less
Okay.
in a business size. They really do have to have a marketing dollar background opportunity for us. So they should be spending at least $5 million a year in advertising spend. So it's super important that a lot of people they think that the marketing dollars are the first thing to be cut, right? So especially right now in this market, it's tough for some organizations, but really you got to get out there. Marketing really, even though the platforms have changed, the actual way marketing is done is still similar to the 60s. You're still trying to reach your target audience.
Hmm.
So obviously when our clients are people who are targeting consumers like individuals or businesses. So we have really two markets we go after.
Okay. And you talked about how challenging the market can be. How do you see the market changing?
The market is changing a lot in the sense that there's a lot more marketing tools available and accessible to companies. There's still the lack of that core strategy that companies aren't necessarily resonating with that needs to be, there for the guidance and success of the company's marketing strategy. So nothing and everything has really changed about marketing. and evolve. There's so many, you're inundated with so many options. Every option, in my opinion, can do basically the same thing. It's how you use it. So that's the difference, I think, now is that, you could Google marketing tools, have 50 pages of options, but, half of them are going to do the same thing. It's really how you're utilizing it for your own company that makes the difference.
Okay. And in that dynamic ecosystem, how are you evolving as a business to respond to the changes?
Yeah, I mean, we have some proprietary solutions that we've built ourselves that can really be tied into a lot of these third-party platforms. So we really focus on data. I mean, that's, what talks, the numbers. They're real, they lie. So we really try to follow those specific needs that our customers need and what KPIs they're trying to hit, and then work backwards from there to make sure we're capable of delivering what they're expecting of us.
Okay. Thank you, Dee. So you just joined our Vistage group. I've interviewed a lot of people, who've been members for a while and bring the perspective of having been in Vistage for a period of time. But you've been to a grand total of one meeting.
Yes.
Tell me about your experience with leadership peer groups.
Yeah, so I basically grew up in a YPO with my family. So I have a lot of just understanding of the inner works and how, the community, I should say, and the networking experiences. And I've also 7 or 8 years ago started EO Brooklyn chapter. I was one of the founding members and a board member. So I'm very aware of how these networking groups work, but Vistage was a little different in my opinion. I have met a lot of CEOs in my time and I've had a lot of great experiences, but I really wanted that opportunity of that mentorship and the peer discussion and hear from other people how they're running, although different businesses, similar tactics internally that could help me run Linx more successful.
Okay. And for those who maybe aren't familiar with YPO and EO, I am. Could you just say what that stands for?
Yeah, YPO is called Young Presidents Organization. So it was basically a bunch of people who are young who started this networking group because they needed some advice. And EO is a sister company of that, which was started outside of YPO for different type of reasons, but same concept of the networking environment and entrepreneurs specifically.
Yeah, organization, yes. And organizations with really excellent value propositions and just very different.
Right.
Very different. What are you trying to fix, accomplish, or avoid?
The market's changing. Obviously, I'm enjoying getting inside look of how some of these other companies, the boards are wonderful. Specifically on Vistage, I'm really looking deep into kind of the networking groups and kind of seeing what kind of questions are being asked. I think it's really important to understand what other problems other companies are having. Although our company is running and doing everything that I can see, I'm sure I'm missing tons of opportunities. And the market's changing so much. What am I missing because I don't know about? So this is my opportunity to really open my eyes and see, where is the world going? And what have other people in position seen already that I should be aware of?
Yeah, I really like what you said. Where are things going? We have an expression in our group that you'll hear from time to time. Is trying to see around the corner for what's coming, and one of the specific ways that you haven't had a chance to experience yet because you're a new member, is Vistage's CEO Confidence Index. It's something that we do with partner with the Wall Street Journal, and it's a leading indicator. The Vistage survey is a leading indicator for the Industrial Productivity Index, which is a significant metric for economists. So it's one of the tools that we use for trying to anticipate, as you say, what's coming.
Yeah.
You came to your first meeting. What did you expect? It's fresh in your mind. And what surprised you? What were your takeaways from your first meeting?
Yeah, I was super open. I really had limited expectations in the sense of in a box know what a working group entails. I found it to be very intimate, which I really enjoyed. And everybody's very raw and honest, which I also really appreciated. Yeah, I didn't have specific expectations. I feel like I was very surprised and excited by what opportunities there are for the coming meetings, and learning more about everybody in the group and hearing more speakers, and really learning the specific tools that have been kind of shown as you work through the problems or the questions that members when they're presenting.
Sure. And our speaker happened to be in an area you know a lot about. It was a marketing and sales presentation and workshop. So that was happened to be an area of expertise for you. Dee, when you think about your own leadership journey, what's important to you, and what do you want your legacy to be as a leader?
It's really important to me that the people I work with, although they're my employees, I feel like they all have lives outside of work, and they have to love what they do as much as I love what I do. And I tell them all the time, if you're not happy, go be happy. If it's walking a dog, go walk a dog. Like whatever is going to make you happy. Like you're supposed to come here every day with excitement. You're supposed to, not every day's sunshine and rainbows, I know, but I want everyone to be happy, and I want them to enjoy what they're doing. I think it's very, very important. Back to that whole passion. I want them to also have passion in what they're doing. Obviously, with the way things have changed a lot, we don't get to be in front of people's faces as much. The relationships are harder to keep. We try very hard to make sure that we're continuing to meet on a regular basis, enjoy each other's company, do things outside of the office, and be human. Like it's work, but everyone has families, everyone has children, and that always should come first. So for me, I always, as a leader, I don't want to micromanage. I want everybody to take the initiative and do the right thing for themselves and for our clients. And we work on numbers, so it's hard to hide from anything but the truth. And even when our things need to change, how do we change them successfully? Let's work on a solution. Where are the problems? Identifying the hard that people try to hide from, because that's what makes us better as people, as well as leaders and employees and whatever role we're playing at that specific time.
Yeah, that's a great way to end. Bringing value to clients, meaning and joy to your employees, all in the interest of making a difference in the world with passion and purpose. Dee Smith, CEO of Linx, a strategic marketing technologies firm. Thank you so much, Dee, for your time today.
Thank you. See you soon, Jeff.
See ya.